everything this crazy world tries to throw at you, it's gonna get you eventually, no matter what you do. You might as well enjoy yourself and smile come what may. Better live tonight like damn near died today. Put some whiskey in your belly, some homegrown in your lungs. Get loving on your mind and some country on your tongue. It's a stone cold fact that you don't come back and there ain't no other way. You better live tonight like damn near die today. There's snakes and fire and razor wire, there's killers on the loose. There's heart attacks and booby traps, black widows in your boots. A million things conspiring to put you in the clay. Better live tonight like damn near die today. Put some whiskey in your belly, some homegrown in your lungs. Get loving on your mind and some country on your tongue. It's a stone cold fact that you don't come back and there ain't no other way. You better live tonight like damn near die today. There's avalanches, fallen branches, grizzly bears and strokes. There's hurricanes and crashing planes, eat barbecue and choke. Each moment just might be a last, it's coming all the same. Better live tonight like damn near die today. Put that whiskey in your belly, some homegrown in your lungs. Get loving on your mind and some country on your tongue. It's a stone cold fact that you don't come back and there ain't no other way. Better live tonight like damn near die today. You better live tonight like you damn near die today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
It was just 3 days. It was only a weekend. It was a staircase, snow piled up, skating off the deep end. It was a dance in a dive bar that came without a warning. It was a bus ride back, feather in my hat, coffee in the morning. Yeah. You took the 70 back to the city. I had a plane to catch. We lit a fire, it's still burning. Yeah, let's follow it back. Meet me in Colorado. Yeah, there's something about that place. Spin out like a Silverado, around that town till the whole world fades away. Kiss me on the same sidewalk where I swore time stopped, where the street lights burn like a burned out star. Wherever you are, yeah. Meet me in Colorado. Oh, I'll save you a spot at the tabletop where we shared stories, took too many shots. We got so lost in the moment. Yeah, I wasn't joking. If life ever gets too hard, meet me in Colorado. Yeah, there's something about that place. Spin out like a Silverado, around that town till the whole world fades away. Kiss me on that same sidewalk where I swore time stopped, where the street lights burn like a burned out star. Wherever you are, yeah. Meet me in Colorado. Oh, meet me in Colorado. You took the 70 back to the city. I had a plane to catch. We lit a fire, it's still burning. Yeah, let's follow it back. Meet me in Colorado. Yeah, there's something about that place. Spin out like a Silverado, around that town till the whole world fades away. on that same sidewalk where I swore time stopped, where the street lights burn like a burned out star. Wherever you are, yeah. Meet me in Colorado. Oh, meet me in Colorado.
Her name is Claire Wright. That is called Colorado. My name is Tim Kelly. Welcome to KICR Indie Country Radio. KICR Indie Country Radio.com is our website, and we are live on it right now. John Ward Hochter kicking off the show. Damn Near Died Today, the title of it. If that is the case, well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to do CPR on you. We're going to do KICR on you. The best in new country music is on the air, and if you've about died from a lack of country music, we got you covered tonight on New Music Friday. 3 hours of the best in new country and a couple of great radio interviews tonight as well. At the bottom of this first hour, Mr. John Eason will be joining me on the program. Then in the bottom half of hour number 2, Miss Sophie Lynn, formerly of the great group Hunty County, will be joining me tonight. So we got a great show lined up for you, and you get to hear some of the stories behind the songs in a couple of great radio interviews as well. We want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of the other radio stations that replay this program. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.me from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, bigrecords.world/radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, and radicalonlineradio.com. You can also find the program on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Google, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Either Google KICR Indie Country Radio or Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly. You will find us, absolutely. This next artist I found just today showed up on my YouTube feed with this great song. We booked a radio interview as well. His name is Seth Mills. This is called Stuck in My Head. The song will get there, that's for sure, on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Saw you dancing on that bar, double stopping and stealing hearts. You were lighting them up. I was stuck across the room. You smiled at me and I couldn't move. Girl, you had me starstruck. About 20 minutes later, I was stepping outside, but I knew for the rest of the night you'd be stuck in my head like that damn song they're playing on the speakers. Girl, you rocked them all night long. You pulled me in close, poured them drinks strong. I can go anywhere, but there's just no moving on, 'cause you're stuck in my head, 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 whoa. Like a light switch, girl, you turned me on. I wasn't nowhere close to being gone, but I could have swore that I was drunk. By the way my head was spinning round, I was screaming out above the crowd. So girl, I gotta be upfront, 'cause I've seen a couple hundred girls in my time, and you're the only one I got on rewind. 'Cause you're stuck in my head like that damn song they're playing on the speakers. Girl, you rocked them all night long. You pull me in close, pour them drinks strong. I can go anywhere, but there's just no moving on, 'cause you're stuck in my head, 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 whoa. 'Cause you're stuck in my head, 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 whoa. See, normally I would skip it if I ain't feeling the beat, but tonight you're steady on repeat. 'Cause you're stuck in my head like that damn song they're playing on the speakers. Girl, you rocked them all night long. You pulled me in close, poured them drinks with no moving on. 'Cause you're stuck in my head, 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 whoa. 'Cause you're stuck in my head, 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 whoa. 'Cause you're stuck in my head.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
Settle down until I met you, and now all I think about is that moment when you say I do. You could be the last one left at the party, first one to let loose. Some people call you crazy, that don't even faze me. And I want you to know you could be the shining light on the dark day, candlelight burning low. You're everything I wanted, anything I need. I never want to let you go. Never wanna break your heart, never wanna let go of this feeling that I have, trying not to let it show. You could be the last one left at the party, first one to let loose. Well, some people call you crazy, that don't even faze me. And I want you to know you could be the shining light on the dark day, candlelight burning low. You're everything I wanted, anything I need. I never want to let you go. This whole life through, you could be the last one left at the party, first one to let loose. Some people call you crazy, that don't even faze me. And I want you to know you could be the shining light on the dark day, candlelight burning low. You're everything I wanted, anything I need. I never want to let you go. You're everything I wanted, anything I need. I never want to let you go.
Making his radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. His name is Shane Douthright, and we became Facebook friends today. Popped up on my YouTube feed with that great song, Never Want to Let You Go. Shane Douthright, go check him out. Fantastic artist. Well, speaking of fantastic artists, I interviewed this next fantastic artist last night. She is my good friend Brooklyn Blackmore. She is from Canada. She had a gig last night. After the gig was over, she called in from her hotel room, and we had a great radio interview on Triple Play Thursday last night. You can check out the video to her latest single, Great Minds Drink Alike, from Brooklyn Blackmore, on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New country's best on a New Music Friday.
I overheard you saying things like bar stools are made for moving on when a good thing's gone. That sounds a lot like me, what I needed when I walked in tonight. Now here we are side by side, talking about the hell we're going through. Him and her and me and you with your small batch whiskey, me with my bourbon on ice. We both know top shelf won't help us, but it sure beats going home alone tonight. Same bar, same buzz, same reason, same thoughts, hell we don't need them. Look at us leaving them behind. I guess great minds drink alike. We saw the clock, we both laughed. There's no need to be in a rush. No one's waiting up for me and you with your small batch whiskey, me with my bourbon on ice. We both know top shelf won't help us, but it sure beats going home alone tonight. Same bar, same buzz, same reason, same thoughts, hell we don't need them. Look at us leaving them behind. I guess great minds drink alike. I've got a feeling that we're both gonna be alright. And maybe something brought us together tonight. You with your small batch whiskey, me with my bourbon on ice. We both know top shelf won't help us, but it sure beats going home alone tonight. Same bar, same buzz, same reason, same thoughts, hell we don't need them. Look at us leaving them behind. I guess great minds drink alike. I guess great minds drink alike.
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
I tried a new low population, trying to get you off my mind, but there ain't nothing changing the pain I feel inside. Well, I've tried a whiskey stream, but you were with me like a ghost. I tried a little bit of everything, just to mend the heart you broke. I need to get up and on with my life, but it's easier to say than try. I wish I could run off with the wind and get you caught and not back again, but nothing's phasing or erasing the dreams of me and you. I need to find some solid ground in a new town where your memory ain't around. I've seen 1,000 faces, but it does no good. I'm just trying to leave no trace, but it never works like it should. I even tried Music City, but you were with me everywhere I went, like a country melody when you walk down Broadway. I need to get up and on with my life, but it's easier to say than try. it's easier to say than try. I wish I could run on with the wind and get you gone and not back again. But nothing's phasing or erasing the dreams of me and you. I need to find some solid ground in a new town where your memory ain't around. Where your memory ain't around.
That is a brand new single from my good friend Logan Sanders. It is called Ain't Around, but I tell you, he's going to be around. We're going to have a great radio interview coming up on May the 9th, so check out the full live radio interview schedule at the bottom of our homepage of the website, KICR, Up next is a brand new single from Preston Hoffman. Got a great video to it as well. You can find it on our TV channel, ICTV, Indie Country TV, powered by Strim. It is called I Got Her to Dance from Preston Hoffman on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
She's right there in the tank top, making all them jaws drop. Everybody wants that girl. The road to her heart's filled with roadblocks. You know she got some dangerous curves. I stumbled across the bar where she's sitting at in the back. Please dance with me. She said, no thanks, cowboy, I don't know. This really ain't my kind of scene. Then they playing that George Strait tune that got her to move to that old dance floor. Think of her old King George. They playing that country song that got her singing along to this hardwood groove. Yeah, they playing that ooh, and I got her to dance. Carried on to the beach, she was ready to leave before I put my truck in park. The night was turning around, going south, getting shot down like a shooting star. I was desperate now, just about to lose out, 'cause the girl was all but gone. Just in the nick of time before I put it in drive, I turned my radio on. Then he played that George Strait tune that got her to move to her own dance floor. Think of her old King George. They played that country song that got her singing along to that beach sand groove. Yeah, they play that ooh, and I got her to dance. Yeah, I got her to dance. Playing that George Strait tune that got her to move to that old dance floor. Think of her old King George. And play that country song that got her singing along to this hardwood groove. Yeah, they play that ooh, and I got her to dance. I got her to dance. Said I got her to dance. Yeah, I got her to dance.
New and exciting.
Broadcasted live from Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio.
You remember when we were just kids, the days and nights hanging out without friends. You take me the long way home. You take me
is Kylie Ryan. That song just got sent to me today and gets on the air that quick. That's how we do it around here. That's New Music Friday, and Long Way Home is the song. Kylie Ryan. Go check her out. Fantastic artist. Well, we've got Mr. John Eason with us live tonight on the radio. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Got a little whiskey here and just excited to do this thing.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for doing the show. I sure do appreciate it, and been looking forward to this one for a while. I think you showed up on my YouTube feed, too, and we reached out and ended up booking an interview and got some great music from you, and we're going to play at least 3 songs for you tonight, so I know I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us where you're calling from tonight.
I'm here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, just outside of Nashville.
Okay. I am familiar with the area. I've had some friends for a long time from Mount Juliet. So, yeah. And, you know, I need to get back there. We haven't been since 2018 in Nashville. And I know a lot has changed probably since then in the last 5 years. But that town is definitely Music City. It got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just keeps getting taller.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in Branson, Missouri, by the way. We call this the live show capital of the world. More theater seats here in Branson than on Broadway in New York City. So we got a lot of venues, and they do love country music here.
I don't think I've been to Branson since I was a little kid. I think we went one time when I was. We always loved those live shows that everybody used to put on.
Yeah, well, we got to fix that. We got to get you in one of them. So we'll get you the details on that after the interview tonight. I'll definitely get you that. We would love to have you in Branson. You are a father, a veteran, it says. Thank you for your service. And Branson, by the way, loves veterans. Every show that I've ever gone to, they always, before the intermission, have the veterans stand up and pay them tribute to every branch of service that they served in and give them a big round of applause. So we thank you for your service. But you were actually brought up on gospel music. That's pretty big here, too, along with bluegrass. But then you kind of went this outlaw country route, and I love it. So tell us kind of about that, all of that, and how that happened.
Well, you know, speaking of bluegrass, there's a rumor that I was conceived at a bluegrass festival.
Is that right?
Yeah. So that may have been where I, you know, was become that twinkle in somebody's eye.
Yeah.
But no, my parents, my grandparents, my dad was a Southern rock player, and then he did gospel with my grandparents and my mom and them for a long time. So, you know, kind of grew up on that, and they toured around the southern states and went to different churches, and I remember playing at campsites and all kinds of different stuff. So I've just had music going for a long, long time, but the thing that really hit home with me, you know, I love Johnny Cash.
Oh,
and
yeah.
love Waylon Jennings, and I love that real gritty kind of stuff. And I love Leonard Skinner too, but I like the darker side of Leonard Skinner. So, you know, and outlaw is such a twisted term these days, but it's become its own genre that we kind of have to use.
Yeah.
And I guess because we're doing something different than what's on the mainstream, and we just want to be heard. So, yeah, I've come down that road of putting music out that, you know, kind of says something, has some messages behind a lot of it, and just not your everyday, another beer song, another truck song, another girlfriend song.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I talk about that all the time. There's so many different genres within country music. There's the pop country, the outlaw country, there's the red dirt country down in Texas, I believe, is where that got its start. And so just a lot of different genres within country, but I've always loved that outlaw country. Johnny Cash, one of my favorites. And I've interviewed Johnny Paycheck's son, John Paycheck. He's got some great music, and he's not an outlaw country. He's got his own brand, his own style, different from his dad's. But he was one of those, you know, take that job and shove it. And he did time, I think, in the pen, too. So, yep, definitely an outlaw. Well, tell me a little bit about your places that you play. Like, I saw a lot in Louisiana, and you grew up there in Minden, Louisiana, a little small town. But were you in music at that time growing up, or did you just start and make this move to Nashville pretty recently?
So, yeah, I grew up. You know, I'm from Minden, Louisiana. That's where I was born. Cotton Valley, Louisiana is really where I spent a lot of my childhood, but we moved around a lot as I grew up, through Mississippi, Florida, and Louisiana, and then I took off to a lot of places, and I did band, and I did different music stuff as I was growing up, but I kind of abandoned it for a long time because we always get told, got to get a real job. You got to get a real job.
Yeah.
So I've always had a passion for cooking. I went to culinary school and did that, and then Hurricane Katrina destroyed a bakery that I started. It really put a bad taste in my mouth.
Wow.
So I ended up working down in New Orleans for a while, and then ended up joining the military. And I did that for 8 years, did 5 deployments overseas, and when I got out in 2014, I couldn't find really wanted to do, so I ended up working in the financial field for a while, and I just never could get rid of this itch for music, though. I started songwriting over in Iraq, and started beating around on guitar, and I've never been a good guitar player, but in 2018, I decided, you know what, I got to give it a shot. It's just something in me that says I've got to give this a shot, so I had a pickup truck that I bought for $750. It wouldn't go in reverse, and I loaded everything that I could fit into it, and I threw the rest in the dump, and I drove to Nashville. Didn't have a place to stay, found a room when I got here, found a job, and I've just kind of started pushing for it. I started teaching my guitar again, started going to songwriters rounds and meeting songwriters and just giving this thing everything I got.
Yeah. That is absolutely a phenomenal story, and I say it all the time that you guys are truly entrepreneurs in the country music world too. There's so much that goes into it behind the scenes to make this first song that we're going to play tonight. It's 4 minutes and 23 seconds long, but so much more goes into it than that. From pen and paper to the full production of it and everything. And you guys do the marketing of it. You get radio promoters. You have to do a website. And all of this other stuff that is involved. So I applaud everyone that wants to try to do something in the world of country music, because what I play on this radio station, we tag as New Country's Best. That's our tagline. It's our Twitter account. And I picked you out of one of those scroll through YouTube things. And, I'm looking for the cream of the crop. And when I heard your songs, I was super impressed. So that's how you got on the program tonight.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So, it people listen to the songs.
Yeah, absolutely, and what you're doing is fantastic. So keep doing your thing, and isn't it really a cool feeling to get paid to do what you love to do?
It is literally a dream come true.
Yeah.
People ask me that. They say, what do you want to do in this business? I said I'm already doing it. I said I'm making a living writing and playing my own songs and around the country and doing music. I said everything else after this is gravy, and it would be nice to play bigger places and make more money and do things, but at the end of the day, I'm not complaining. I'm literally living a dream come true.
Yeah, that is awesome. We'll talk a little bit more about that dream come true thing and maybe your dream gig, but I want to talk about this first song that we're going to play. It's called The Last Damn That I Gave, and I believe there's a great video to it that we have on our TV channel too.
Yeah. You got the story behind it, or? Yeah,
just kind of. And did you write it?
Yes, this is everything that I've released so far. I've had a part in writing, so this song was written at a songwriters retreat here that a good friend of mine, Brian McAdams, put on, and it's my first ever writers retreat. So the night before, everybody's getting to know each other, and we drank a lot of whiskey.
Yeah,
a lot of. And I think the next morning, everybody was kind of feeling a little tired, a little worn down. But I don't get hangovers. And the guys I was writing with, I think they just really weren't feeling it right. I said, let's just do something real simple. Let's just write 3 chords in the truth. At the time, there was nothing that this song, personally, besides we've all been through heartbreaks, and we've all had things that we came through. So I think we just kind of poured all that heartbreak from past things into this song. And I just really felt like it was really special from the beginning, and started playing it out. And it took us a little while to get to recording it, but we finally got to record it with Joel Jorgensen producing it. And I just love this song. Everything about it just feels like that's country music.
There you go. And how about a big shout out to the recording studio that you used too? Joel Jorgensen, producer, but what recording studio?
We recorded that at Bomb Shelter here in. Yeah.
I have not heard of that one. I get a lot of the same studios. A lot of times people use some of the same ones, a lot of different artists, but I had not heard of that one.
It is an absolutely killer studio. When you walk into it, it's got all that ambience that you want to be in a recording studio. And they've got a board that's, the size of a room.
Yep.
Their room is like a candy shop. They've got a B3 and they've got a full grand piano and they've got the old uprights. I mean, it's just a candy shop for recording things.
That is awesome. I love that. I'm a radio guy, and I'm just going into a studio where there's on air, stuff going on live. That just intrigues me. In fact, the last time we was in Nashville, we went over to the Gaylord place, and where WSM broadcast live from, and I got to see a live radio show through those French doors in the hallway there. So that was a really big deal for me. And I didn't realize it at the time, looking at some of the history on the walls they got there. Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune was on WSM radio a long time before he got on Wheel of Fortune, and they're in their 39th year, so that's been a while. Yeah.
Wow.
So, it's just really neat to be taking a tour in Music City, and I envy folks like you that get to live right there and do what you love to do, because that is amazing. Well, let's play Last Damn That I Gave from John Eason right here on KICR Indie Country Radio. Then we'll come back and visit some more. It is New Music Friday.
You lied and you left me. You took everything that we had. You left me with the bills and the rent and the clothes on my back. Well, the fire's still burning out back where we said I do. Well, I can't keep living without you. Well, I'm hell-bent on destroying and slowly killing myself. All the liquor, pills, and the pain, whatever I could get. Well, my life was the only thing that you didn't take. Well, I reckon you were the last damn that I gave. With this pen and this paper, I'm telling you to go to hell. Well, the fire's quit burning and the flame in my heart is dead. By the time that you read this, they'll be burying my bones. Well, I'm leaving you this pain for doing me wrong. Well, I'm hell-bent on destroying and slowly killing myself. All the liquor, pills, and the pain, whatever I could get. Well, my life was the only thing that you didn't take. Well, I reckon you were the last damn that I gave.
is slowly killing myself. All the liquor, the pills, and the pain, whatever I could get. Well, my life was the only thing that you didn't take. Well, I reckon you were the last damn that I gave. I reckon you were the last damn that I gave.
His name is John Eason. That is called Last Damn That I Gave, and you can check out a great video to that song. We have it on our TV channel, ICTV Indie Country TV, powered by Stream. So check it out over there. The best country music videos on the planet for the indie artist are playing over there 24/7. But we are thrilled to have you on the radio tonight, man. We're having a good time listening to your music and talking on and off the air. We're having fun.
Yeah, I'm thrilled to be here, brother.
Oh, we appreciate it. Let me ask you now, you mentioned you like Johnny Cash, but some of the other artists that you might have listened to growing up on the radio that made you maybe want to do something in this country music genre that you're in?
You know, of course I listened to Hank Sr.
Uh-huh.
I remember there was a oldies country cassette in this loader I was driving down to New Orleans, and it was 12 songs, I think, and you couldn't get this cassette out of there. And a lot of it was Hank. There was some Emmylou and a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I loved all that song, and I think it was an 8-hour ride that we rode down there, and it played over and over and over again, and I just did not care. But Merle Haggard, David Allan Coe, Waylon Jennings.
Oh.
I love Chris Christopherson stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
What a crazy, crazy talented writer.
Yeah.
You know, just really good. And then I love Willie's stuff as well. One of my favorite songs to perform is that Seven Spanish Angels that he does.
Oh, yeah, I love that. Did that with Ray Charles, I believe, years ago, too.
And then what a killer version that is.
I love that one.
You know, and a lot of people don't realize that Willie really did step outside of just the outlaw country type stuff. He did some different type of albums and things, and recorded songs, very different styles with different producers and everything. So some really neat stuff out there.
Yeah. Well, you got a gentleman by the name of Charlie who's in our live chat room tonight. He said he just saw you in Fort Worth, so he wanted to let you know that he was listening. He's in our chat room on the website, so that's awesome.
What's up?
Yep, loving the music, no doubt. And isn't that neat when the fans come in and support you like that on a radio interview? But even better, what I say is when they are out there in front of you and you're live on stage and they are singing the words to your original music. I know that has to make you feel good.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I remember one of the first times somebody asked me was right after we'd released No Man in Black, and I was playing up, it was a little past Chicago. I can't remember the name of the little town, but a girl walked up the stage and she said, will you play No Man in Black? And I thought, heck yes, I will.
Isn't that something?
It's a cool feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. You got another song that you wanted to talk about. Now, you were in the military, and you are a military veteran, and, PTSD is something that a lot of folks get that serve our country, and it can be quite a trying thing to deal with. So that's the lead into this next song. So I'm going to let you tell us about it.
Yeah, this song right here, it comes from my struggles with PTSD. The first song that I released when I moved to town was what I called a window into what PTSD made me felt like, and it was called Gun From My Hands, and I wrote that with my good friends Olivia and Chris here. And, that song talked about where I was at. And I wanted to write a song that really talked about how music saved my life and how I knew how people felt. And maybe they just hadn't found that thing yet, or they hadn't seen the light at the end of the tunnel. but I knew there was one there, you know. And PTSD is a struggle that goes on forever. It's not something that goes away. It's not some magic bullet for it. But you learn things to deal with it, and you try and get control of it in certain ways. So when we wrote that song, I sat down with my good friends Zach Hennard and Hal O'Dell, who I write a ton of songs with, and we just beat at it for a while, and that song came out, and Brother I've Been There is really, I guess you know, it's a song about hope, and in a lot of ways it's a love letter to people that are struggling. And it's not just PTSD, it's depression. I mean, it's any type of mental health, or anybody who's having a bad day or a downtime is saying that somebody out there understands what you're going through. And even though it may seem like the darkest time, you may be so far down in a hole you can never see the top.
Yeah.
There is light. And somebody's reaching a hand out for you. Somebody understands, and somebody will be there for you. Yeah. And that's what we put the song out for. And I told people all the time, I said, I don't care. This is not to make money. This is to release a message that I believe in my heart people need to hear. And that's also why we're going to be donating all the profits from Brother I've Been There to a organization that deals with mental health for depression and PTSD and things like that. So we're still looking for that organization, but we just made the decision here recently to really push it out for folks and put that song out there that way.
That is awesome. You know, I had a guy walk into my other place of employment one day, and he said that they were putting on a show here locally in Branson, and it was to support the veterans, and he's with an organization called Veterans of the Ozarks. So I told him, I said, you know what, I do a radio show a couple of times a week. I've been syndicated now for 10 years. This show's in year number 10, and I said I would definitely be glad to take you on as a radio sponsor. So we did that and put him on the website and everything. So yeah, I hope you find that organization. Maybe some of the folks out there listening can help you out with that tonight. We got a big crowd and big people listening from all over the country and all over the world. So hopefully we can help you out with that. There's one thing that I wanted to ask you leading up to this next question. I never ask any prepared questions, and a lot of times the artists don't know, of course, and you didn't know what I was going to ask you tonight. But John Eason, what's your dream gig? An artist that you could either maybe open for or maybe do a duet with live on stage. What would that be? And you can bring somebody back if they have passed. I know the Man in Black would probably be one of them.
Yeah, that's a tough question. That's like saying, what's your favorite song?
Right.
You know, man. You know, I probably would say, I tell you what I'd like to do is I'd like to get all the Highwaymen together again. That's what I'd like to do, and come to be able to set in on something like that. That would be absolutely killer. You know, maybe do it at the original Ryman, the original Mother Church,
right?
Something like that, or even, you know, one of the things I love is the really intimate listening room type shows. You know, it's all great to play for 10,000, 30,000 people, but there's something about sitting in a room with maybe 100 people and everybody's listening. You can hear a pin drop if the music's not playing. And getting to do those raw songs, not the songs that always hit the radio, but the raw songs. Because I know playing at some gigs, you know, there's songs that I can't play because it'll never come across in a bar room.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't fit. We've got one that's called The Heart of the Mountain, and it's a great killer song, but it's fit for a certain crowd and a certain time, unless you can get a lot of volume. But yeah, I think it'd be awesome to get to sit in with the original Highwaymen all together again and do something like that. So we'd have to bring a couple people back and bring a couple in, and yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Man, that's good stuff. I love that. You know, and I've heard that more than once, that folks love the intimate venues, you know, sometimes even better than the big noisy venues and the big productions and all of that stuff, you know, to perform in. So that's good stuff, and that's real country music right there too, when you've got your guitar right there and everything, and it's just and the listening room, I've heard they actually make you listen to the music. You know, it's not too loud in there where everybody's talking over the music. They are definitely listening. So.
No, and then I played there before. It's a killer room to play. Yeah, I played there. My friend Audra McLaughlin had me come in with her and Taylor Hughes and Pete Salas, all super talented artists and writers. And we did like 3 songs apiece, and yeah, it was just like that. Everybody's listening. Yeah, they every word to what you're saying. So
I love it. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody's listening tonight because you are fantastic, and I appreciate your time tonight, and thank you for a great radio interview. We're going to play 2 more of your songs. We're going to do Brother, I've Been There next, and then we're going to kick off hour number 3 with another one. But tell us where folks can reach out to you on social media if they want to find you.
So everybody can find me on John Eason Music. It's EASON. Everybody wants to throw a T in there. And I'm on Instagram and Facebook. That's pretty much my 2 big ones. And then, of course, the YouTube channel is a great place to go check out because we post a lot of songs that you may not hear released yet. And so you can hear them as they're being written. We're putting a lot of videos up and doing things up there. That's a great place. And, of course, you know, you can hear me on here or anywhere you're streaming music out there. But I would much rather support the local radios than some of the Spotifys and people that really aren't doing us justice these days.
Yes, I understand that for sure. I look at my Spotify stats and I'm like, okay, there's not going to be any money there, but I'm looking for double-digit figures. but I'm on so many formats, you know, it's just I can't keep up with all of them. You know, it took 10 years to set this whole thing up, and we got it running pretty smooth. But yeah, it is nice to like we talked about earlier, to get paid a little bit for what you do. But man, I think you're going to do that for sure, and keep making that great music. In fact, you told me when we were talking off of the air that you have a brand new single that just came out. So if we can get that one before next Friday, we'll debut it next week on New Music Friday.
Awesome, heck yeah. So, yeah, be amazed.
Yeah, absolutely. I love playing your music, man. You are great. Thank you for a great radio interview. And don't be a stranger. Come back in a few months if you want to promote something new, and we'll do another interview. And I'll give you the information on maybe booking you here in Branson to come and play for some of these folks, too.
Awesome. I would absolutely love it, brother, and I appreciate you having me on. I've had a blast.
You are great, and you are welcome. It's Brother, I've Been There. This is John Eason on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Do you stalk the silence like a hound hunts its prey? Can't keep your mind from racing as it runs away. Do the demons chase you till you're just too tired to sleep? So you numb the world away, but you lose yourself. You're in too deep. Brother, I've been there. Now in the darkness time, well, I guess tired. Brother, we ain't got to stay there. I start with the first step, a spark's gonna catch on fire. Oh, brother, I've been there. Are you scared without crutches? Scared you're gonna fall? Your troubles might be heavy, but you don't have to drag them all. And do you feel alone in the middle of a crowded room? All you want is to get away, so you lose yourself in that same dark tomb. Brother, I've been there. Now in the darkness time, well, I guess tired. Brother, we ain't got to stay there. I start with the first step, the spark's gonna catch on fire. can't feel it, but freedom, sweet, sweet freedom, is in your reach. Brother, brother, I've been there. I'm down in the darkness now, well, I guess tired. Brother, we ain't got to stay there. Start with the first step, the spark's gonna catch on fire. Brother, I've been there. Brother, I've been there. Brother, I've been there. Oh, brother, I've been
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Drive west down to Memphis, sun setting on the ground. Drive west down to Memphis, sun setting on the ground. By morning I'm in Texas, some lightning in the mirror, same way the sun went down. 2 hours west of Denver, them gray stones block the sun. 2 hours west of Denver, them gray stones block the sun. Smell the brakes burning, sliding downhill into Delhi, like smoke from a stolen gun. She's the only one I can count on, no, she leaves me every day. From headlights on till the break of dawn, she shines some other place. She's the only one that's always there, nothing ever stays the same. It's lonely on these midnight runs, so come on, son. Well, I'll be chasing her this evening when she's going down. Well, I'll be chasing her this evening when she's going down. But I'll meet her in the morning, eastbound back to Memphis, and then turn around back around. She's the only one I can count on, no, she leaves me every day. From headlights on till the break of dawn, she shines some other place. She's the only one that's always there, nothing ever stays the same. It's lonely on these midnight roads, so come on, son. Get her, rise up, come on, son. She's the only one I can count on, no, she leaves me every day. From headlights on till the break of dawn, she shines some other place. She's the only one that's always there, nothing ever stays the same. It's lonely on these midnight runs, so come on, son. Drive west down to Memphis, sun setting on the ground. Drive west down to Memphis, sun setting on the ground. By morning I'm in Texas, some lightning in the mirror, same way the sun went down.
His name is John Eason. What a great artist and what a great radio interview. That is called Come On Son, the third song in his debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. Glad to have him on the program, and he will be back in the future for sure. And we'll debut a brand new single from him next week on New Music Friday. How's that sound? Welcome to hour number 2 of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We're not done with the interviews yet. At the bottom half of this second hour, I've got Miss Sophie Lynn, formerly of the group Honey County, going to be with us tonight. She is fantastic as well, and we'll play 3 of her songs and hear the stories behind them. That's all coming up in this hour as well. This next artist is going to be here on April the 24th. Her name is Taylor Austin Dye. You can check out the video to her latest single on our TV channel, Indie Country Television, Indie Country TV, powered by Strim. It is Rest in Peace from Taylor Austin Dye on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio.
J. Michael Adams, 35, Kentucky born, and he survived by his wife and his 3 boys. Good Lord. Plain wooden casket, peace lilies in a wicker basket. Dry eyes, it's no surprise. He was living on borrowed time. Who did it? Who done did it? Somebody took one for the team. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in peace. His mama's still crying, and the preacher keeps on lying. No, he was not a man of God, 'cause he'd been called too many times. He was a thief and a cheater, a natural born deceiver. But the moment that he beat her, his ass was mine. She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in She called me up at 3:15. Big sister, he hit me. Enough is enough, said give me 15. His blood's thicker than whiskey. I waited long enough till he was blackout drunk. Cinder block on the pedal, threw him in his truck. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Who did it? Who done did it? Never gonna find out it was me. Who did it? Who done did it? Take it to the grave, baby, rest in peace.
It's time for a new segment on the show called This Week in Canadian Country Music with Shane Christopher Neal. Check out who he's interviewing this week.
Hey, it's Canadian country radio host Shane Christopher Neal. You can check out my website, shanechristopherneal.com. And in my feature, New Canadian Country, today, all the way from Nova Scotia, it's Kevin Dakin. So like bacon, but with a D. Kevin Dakin has a brand new single out, Living Inside a Lonely, a great song, all produced by J. Richard Hutt out in Kitchener, Ontario. And what happened was Kevin took some time off. You're going to find out why in this part of the interview. He's back, though, in full force in 2023. Again, Living Inside a Lonely is the new single. Got a great story about a Greyhound bus driver who got lost on his way back from Nashville, Tennessee. New Canadian country. It's Kevin Dakin right now.
I guess you could say I've been writing country music for about 20 years. I dabbled in the artist section of music back in the mid 2000s, 2005 to 2008. And then I took a break to raise a family, and now I'm kind of back doing the artist thing again. But throughout the course of that, last 15, 20 year period, I've been writing songs for numerous people throughout the country music industry. And then as far as influences go, I'm a 90s country guy for the most part.
Nice.
So I'm influenced by, Garth and Alan and, a little bit of Randy Travis and Dwight from the late 80s.
So let's talk about your latest single, Living Inside of Lonely. And tell me the story about the Greyhound bus driver that didn't know where he was going and how we ended up with a song.
Yeah, well, I was in Nashville with a friend down for a week to do some writing. And I had to drive down, but I didn't have a drive back. So I thought, well, I'll just take the Greyhound back. That's probably the cheapest, longest way, but the cheapest way to get back home. So, the week came to an end. I went to the Greyhound's terminal, got on the bus, and off we went. At our first stop, which was supposed to be Cincinnati, the bus hauled in about an hour late. And we had an announcement that said, well, we've got a new bus driver on your bus, and he took a wrong turn. And now you're going to be delayed by 3 hours at every stop from here on out. So, a 12-hour bus drive turned into a 30-hour bus drive. And with that being said, you're sitting in a terminal looking around, and I just happened at one of the terminals, looked across the way and saw this young woman sitting in the terminal, and she just looked forlorn and sad and just kind of staring off into space. And I just had the thought, she's showing her side of lonely. And so I, went back home, proceeded into the studio, and was talking to my producer, Rick, about this idea that I had written on the way home. And long story short, that turned into Living Inside a Lonely, and that turned into the song that we have today.
Don't bother Jessie at booth 19 and leave her alone with her blood red wine. She's just trying to drown a little pain from the past, trying to forget about a love that didn't last. Yeah, she looks like an angel, but a devil's inside. She'll never let go without putting up a fight. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of lonely. Yeah. It wasn't like she loved him, or maybe she did. But when she talks about him, she laughs like a kid. Then it's like he walks by and acts like she isn't there, and she just sits and stares. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes that she's dealing with damage, aches, and pains, missing her one and only. That girl's still hiding out, living inside of her lonely. Lonely. Someday she'll smile like there's no tomorrow, but tonight she's crying inside. She doesn't want any company. You can tell by the look in her eyes
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Yeah, well, I'm holding all my horses and I'm ready to ride. I may not be your morning, but I'll be your Friday night. Yeah, your Friday night. Well, I can stick around forever or just be your Friday night. I'll be your tall, dark, and handsome when we walk through that door. Well, when you say goodbye, you won't see me no more. I'll be your Friday night, girl. I'll be your Friday night. Oh, I can stick around forever or just be your Friday night. I'll be your Friday night, and that's alright. Don't need to be your only one. Well, I can stick around forever, baby. Oh, we can have some one-night fun. Now there ain't nothing wrong with it, ain't a sin. And if you like me once, we can do it again on another Friday night. I'll be your Friday night. Well, I can stick around forever or just be your Friday night. I'll be your Friday night, and that's alright. Don't need to be your only one. Well, I can stick around forever, baby. Oh, we can have some one-night fun. I'll be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night kind of man. Or we can call it an evening, baby. Yeah, next week, do it all over again. I'll be your Friday night. I'll be your Friday night. Oh, come here, baby. Well, what you doing a little bit later on, and for the rest of your life. So if you ain't got plans, well, I can be your Friday night. Oh, I'll be your Friday night. Yeah, I'll be your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night kind of man. Oh, it could be love. Or I can be your Friday night. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about that one for a Friday night? That is called Your Friday Night. Jason Benoit is the artist on that one. Hey, I can be your Friday night on this new Music Friday as well. We want to welcome Elizabeth to the chat room. She wants to hear Seth Mills. I just played him about the third or fourth song in tonight. So if you didn't get the live show, everything we do is recorded. You can catch the podcast, which will be available at 10 p.m. Central Time. It'll be the top show on the Spreaker radio player on our website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. But welcome Elizabeth Cook to the chat room as well. This next gentleman I just found on my YouTube feed today. We are working out the details of getting him on this program for a great radio interview. His name is Justin Heflin. This is called Country Mess on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on New Music Friday.
Well, she's 5'0" with a big old smile, got a dimple on each side. She got fire in her fingertips and loving in her eyes. And when I punch that clock in the morning light, I can't wait to get back home. But she's anticipating, and I won't be hesitating when I get her along. She's my country miss in a cotton dress, bringing my glass of tea. But she loves her man, she can hardly stand to be 5 feet away from me. She'll rock my world, she's the only girl who bring me to my knees. My country miss in a cotton dress is all I'll ever need. Simple man, I got a simple plan to live my life in peace. I want nothing more than to work real hard and love my family. But if I catch a stranger with a wrong look in his eyes, well, it flips my switch and I get the itch to change that stranger's life. But she's my country miss in a cotton dress, bringing my glass of tea. She loves her man, she can hardly stand to be 5 feet away from me. She rock my world, she's the only girl who bring me to my knees. My country miss in a cotton dress is all I'll ever need. In a cotton dress, bringing my glass of tea. But she loves her man, she can hardly stand to be 5 feet away from me. She rock my world, she's the only girl who bring me to my knees. My country miss in a cotton dress is all I'll ever need. She's a country miss in a cotton dress, and that's all I'll ever need. All I'll ever need. She's all I'll ever need.
You're listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
All that glitters will fade, and that ish just gets in your hair anyway. Sometimes that sun's too bright. I like country stars in a Texas sky. More jukebox playing George Strait than box seats at the symphony. More dinner on a tailgate than breakfast at Tiffany's. Like rhinestones on blue jeans, like neon on a sign, like headlights down a dirt road. That's the way I shine. I ain't no diamond on a gold band, sitting real pretty on a left hand. Got a little rust on my heart. Well, that's just my kind of sparkle. The moon shining through the sunroof, and the dashboard stereo lit up blue. Got your hand in mine and lightning in your eyes, making me feel all kinds of fireflies. Like rhinestones on blue jeans, like neon on a sign, like headlights down a dirt road. That's the way I shine. I ain't no diamond on a gold band, sitting real pretty on a left hand. Got a little rust on my like neon on the sign, like headlights down a dirt road. That's the way I shine. No diamond on a gold band, sitting real pretty on a left hand. Got a little rust on my heart. Well, that's just my kind of sparkle. Oh, that's just my kind of sparkle,
Her name is Harper Grace. You can check out the video to Sparkle on our TV channel, ICTV Indie Country TV, powered by Trim. And you just heard Sparkle live on the radio, KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Friday. Up next is a gentleman by the name of Tyler Kinch. This is called It Should Be You on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on New Music Friday.
I've got friends up in Kentucky. Yeah, I need to call them up. I've got a dog that won't run off. Damn, it's just my luck. I've got a cooler full of ice cold beer, but I'm starting with the whiskey. I'm 8 shots down and 8 years gone. Now I'm drinking away your memory. If someone's gonna hurt, it should be you. Drowning the pain in 100 proof, driving around late at night to get me off your mind. It should be you that can't go to sleep because you know you'll dream of me. I'm not the one that decided to burn it down with lies. It should be you. Got a job that pays the bills and a new truck full of gas and good family I can count on for anything I ask. I pretty much have been made man, but you know she left me with a broken heart and I need to let her go. If someone's gonna hurt, it should be you. Drowning the pain, driving around late at night to get me off your mind. It should be you that can't go to sleep because you know you'll dream of me. I'm not the one that decided to burn it down with lies. It should be you. Someone's gonna hurt, it should be you. Drowning the pain in 100 proof, driving around late at night to get me off your mind. It should be you that can't go to sleep because you know you'll dream of me. I'm not the one that decided to burn it down with lies. It should be you. It should be
you. Brand new music on the radio tonight on New Music Friday. That's another great single. It is Tyler Kinch. That is Kinch. Go check him out. Fantastic artist. He's got more music than that right there, but that's the great single, It Should Be You, title of that one. Well, we've got Miss Sophie Lynn with us also tonight on the radio in a great live interview. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Tim. I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. We booked this one probably, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago. So time flies on the radio, and it doesn't fly when you're waiting on these great interviews to come around.
I know. I'm so happy that we got to make this happen. Thanks for having me.
Me too. Loving your debut single. You I've been playing it for a little bit. This is the first song that you sent to me. It's called Y'all or Nothing. So we'll play that first tonight, and we'll give you 3 songs tonight on the interview. But tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey in country music. I know for me personally, I remember you from a group that we've been playing on the radio for some time called Honey County. But you've kind of embarked out on your own and gone solo, so.
Yeah, I have. So, as you mentioned, I've been singing for quite some time, but it's just recently that I've kind of gone out on my own. And, I realized while I was in my duo, I really had a story to tell, and I really wanted to tell that story. And so I jumped things off with Y'all or Nothing, and now it's just been full steam ahead ever since then.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting quite the recognition. I'm looking at honorable mentions in the Huntington Post, Country Living, People Magazine, and more. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's been really awesome to see people just resonate with the song. And honestly, on TikTok, it's been crazy building a fan base on there and just seeing that my story can relate to so many other people's story. And it's just been a wild time, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you've got your newest single that we're going to play tonight. It's called Hitched, the Bachelorette song, in parentheses. I love that. Has struck a chord with people all over the world with nearly 1 million views on TikTok. And I think that's what it takes to go viral, right, is 1 million?
Yeah, the Bride tribe is strong, and I recently got married about 2 weeks ago now, and so I really just wrote music that I wanted to hear in my wedding journey and all the planning, and the bachelorette party was one that I was super excited about, so I thought, I need like a bachelorette anthem, and turns out a lot of other brides wanted a bachelorette anthem as well, so that's been really cool to see all the videos and everybody kind of singing and dancing along to it.
Nice. So you recently got married?
I did, just about 2 weeks ago now.
2 weeks ago. Well, congratulations on that. I was going to ask you the date, so that's awesome. Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations. Me and my bride, she's in our live chat room tonight, been married about 1.5 years, so...
that's amazing.
Yeah, we're still newlyweds. We've been together even longer than that, but we're still newlyweds, and we treat each other that way. So there's just a little tip for you. Act like newlyweds, and everything will be fine.
Yes, never stop dating. That's what I've heard, and that's what we hope to do.
That is for sure. Now, you've got a California phone number, so were you raised in California around LA? Is that right?
Yeah, so born and raised in LA, Los Angeles County, and like near the Pasadena area. And then I had this time where I wanted to kind of get away and figure myself out. So I went to Baylor University, and I actually was studying to be a nurse for a while. And shortly through my journey with going to college, I realized music was my thing. And there's more to that story, too. I think maybe you're going to pull up my song Pulling Strings, and we can get into that one. But, sure. Yeah, I had some time in Texas, and now here I found myself in Nashville, Tennessee. So I've been all over the globe, feels like.
That is awesome. I spent 4 years in San Diego area down there in Escondido. My dad went to school there in the 50s, and he wanted to go back for a while, and so we lived there. I did for 4 years, and then I came back to the Midwest in 1990. And I'm currently in Branson, Missouri, which is right smack in the middle of the country. And they call this town the live show capital of the world, and they love country music here, too.
Oh, wow. So you've been jumping around, too. That's awesome.
Yep, absolutely. But I'm old, so there's that. Yep. But I do. I really love it here. And then the Missouri Ozark Mountains is so pretty in the fall. And that's when we got married. We had an October and a fall wedding, and I love the fall colors here.
Oh, that must have been so beautiful. We did the springtime wedding. It was nice. We were a little worried because it was pouring rain in the beginning of the day. And then right when the ceremony was starting, the clouds left and the rain left. And it was just a beautiful day on the wedding. So it was definitely nerve-wracking in the beginning, but we pulled it off.
Absolutely. Well, hey, same here. Our wedding, it was 84 degrees and pretty windy. But then the next day dropped down to 59 and rain. So we picked the right day. That's for sure.
Yeah, you did.
So lots of inspiration in the Missouri Ozarks for songwriting, and I'm sure there's lots of inspiration in California for that as well. But now you're living in Nashville, Tennessee, in Music City. So as a professional songwriter, tell us how that has gone for you, because we just talked about in the previous interview, there's a lot of writers' rounds and different things that you can get involved in to do that songwriting. So tell us about your journey so far doing it.
Yeah, I mean, this town is filled with talent. It's
Isn't it?
crazy how you can really go out and see somebody play new music every single night. And on top of that, when I was in California, I did a lot of writing by myself, or if I would write with other people, collaborate, co-write, it would be kind of on Zoom. But like, you move to town here in Nashville, and it's every single day you can write with a new writer or a new artist, and it's incredible. Like, songs just come out of thin air, and for you to like create that with somebody else is so powerful. I feel like there's nothing more magic than walking out of a session with a new song created with somebody else that you've honestly never even met before sometimes.
Isn't that something? Man, I talk about it all the time on the radio, because most of the artists that we have on the program write their own material, but I am just so intrigued by songwriting and people now doing it over Zoom and social media, and I've got friends that do that as well that, have met face-to-face through that, but still have never probably met each other or hugged each other, and one of them lives in Springfield, Missouri, just north of where I'm at in Branson, and we went over and met the guy because he's writing for a lot of the artists that I've been playing on the radio for some time, and I looked at his wall, and he's got a bunch of pictures of all these folks, and I'm like, well, I know her, I've interviewed him, and this and this. It was like a wall of fame that I knew of, so it's pretty cool.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, small world in the indie community, too. It's a big world musically, but then it's a small world indie country-wise, and a lot of people know each other, and they help each other out, too. I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a big thing about country music, too. And this town, it's so collaborative, and, it's just really special. It's special that everybody wants to work together and wants to champion each other and build each other up,
Absolutely. And having good people in your corner means a lot, especially when you're embarking on a solo career, because you might be on your own as a solo artist, but you're not on your own, are you? You got a lot of people behind you.
Exactly, and that's kind of where the inspiration behind Y'all or Nothing was. I wanted to let people know that although I was, embarking on this new journey by myself, I wanted to let them know we're in this together, and I succeed when they succeed. And I don't know, it was just really something that me and a few of my co-writers got together and thought that it was important that we say, hey, I'm going out on my own, but if you come with me, we're going to have a good time, and you're going to be the reason why I can do this.
Yeah. Now, for a young lady, of all the genres out there in music that there are, why did you pick country music?
That is such a good question, because when I started my musical journey, honestly, I started doing musical theater at the age of 5. So it went from musical theater to, I went to a performing arts high school and studied jazz. And from jazz, I went and became a nurse. And then from nursing, I actually was told I should sing R&B. So I had a really weird, tiny moment in my life where I was going to be an R&B singer. And then from that, I realized that my whole love has always and will always be country music. And that's because it's kind of a long story, but I'll try to shorten it up. When I was needing to be driven around by my older sister because I didn't have my driver's license, I was obviously the younger sister. She was falling in love, and when she was falling in love, she started listening to country music. And because she was driving me around, that's what we listened to. And from that moment, that's all I ever listened to in college and high school, even before that. And now it was just what I loved. And so here we are. It totally makes sense.
That is awesome. Now, some of your favorite artists, who did you listen to on the radio that might be some names that we would know? Because I'll tell you, mine is some of that 90s country is what really made me want to do country radio, and that's why I'm still doing it.
Totally. I remember the first song that I ever learned to play and sing on guitar was Stuck Like Glue by Sugarland. I just pedals, and I love me some Shania, I love me some Reba, and some newer artists too. Like I love Lainey Wilson. I love to see what she's doing. She's such a trendsetter, and all these females, I just love it.
Yep, she's got it going on. She's actually in the TV show Yellowstone. She's got her Heart Like a Truck commercial on the Dodge Ram pickup, so she's definitely got it going on, and just won some CMT awards too here just the other night.
Yeah, she's just unapologetically herself, and I hope to be the same way as an artist.
Absolutely. Well, before I don't want to miss this, because you also have got some of your songs as a writer on the show Yellowstone. You've got them on HGTV and OWN TV, who Oprah Winfrey has. So tell us how that happened. Did you pitch them to those folks, or did they call you, or how'd that happen?
Yeah, it's such a crazy thing with getting your songs in film and TV. I feel like I write all the time for it, and then when one lands, you're just like always surprised and always celebrating because, I mean, there's so much music out there for them to choose from, and they really try to choose the right song that fits what's happening in the show. So my song in Yellowstone called Chess, it was all written about when I got in a bar fight up in Big Bear, California. And it just worked for the show because, you know, it was the scene with Kevin Costner and Jamie's dad, and they were just really going toe-to-toe in the diner. And so it just kind of worked for the vibe, and that was such an amazing thing to see the song get brought to life with that kind of emotion and that image that they were putting on in the show. And the other two were just like crazy things. I had honestly written the songs like really quickly because that was working with a company and they needed the songs for the shows. And the most recent one is that HGTV, which is Down Home Fab. It's a new like home renovation show, and I actually have the trailer for it. So anytime you watch that show, I'll play in the beginning.
How about that? I got to check it out now.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's really cool. Her style's awesome.
That is awesome, man. That's one of our favorite channels, actually, but I haven't watched it in quite some time. I've doing this program and then taking on another gig that I do 4 days a week to make a little, and I just don't have a whole lot of time to watch TV anymore. But I'm definitely going to check that out now that you mentioned it. So love to hear the artists that we play, not only on the radio, because I definitely hear you on the radio because I keep my headphones on while I'm doing this show for 3 hours. But I love when you branch out and get on other stuff. And I can look back and say, hey, I knew them or I interviewed them way back when. And it's just a really neat thing. And I'm sure you think that as well. You know, it's fun to look back at your career from where you started to where you're heading now.
Oh my gosh, so fun, and honestly, every single win is just such a blessing, and I have to stand. I literally just yesterday I was talking to my now husband, which is so weird to say, and we were just looking at the milestones that I've made in less than a year, really, and just being like, wow, how lucky am I? How blessed am I to have people that are just in my corner championing me and just seeing the progress. Sometimes you get caught up in just trying to get to the next level, but really just like looking back and seeing the progress is winning in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you talked about a little bit about this song Y'all or Nothing, the first single that I ever heard from you, and I absolutely loved it, and you sent me a couple of more so we could get you on a show that I did last night called Triple Play Thursday, and we're definitely going to get you on that show now. We're having 3 of your songs, but Y'all or Nothing, this is a great tune. Tell us a little bit more about the story behind this one, and you wrote this one, I'm imagine.
Yeah, so I got in a room with my really good friends here in town. Frankie C, she's also like a sync artist too, so you also check her out. Stuff's really cool. John Frank and Claire Carruthers, and it was right after I had just kind of decided I was going to be exiting Honey County and doing my own thing, and it was a hard time, like I had invested a lot of time in my past project, and I was just really ready to kind of step out on my own and see what this journey had for me as a solo artist. And I told him I was nervous about it, and I was sad about it, and I was going through a lot of emotions, but the biggest thing that I wanted to like say as my first single was, hey, although I'm going out on my own, like we're all in this together. And that's really where Y'all or Nothing came out.
That is awesome. And by the way, I want to thank a good friend of mine, Jill Chase, for hooking me up with you. She's a great songwriter as well, and writes for some of the folks like David Wagner. They write together that I've met in Springfield, Missouri. We've actually physically got to go meet him and his wife, and Ron Madore and Cindy Rogue. So they all know each other and all co-write together. But she turned me on to you, and we ended up getting this interview done tonight. So I want to thank Jill Chase for that too.
Yes, Jill is so awesome. Thank you, Jill.
Yes, she is. What recording studio did you use to record these songs that we're going to play tonight?
Yeah, so my friend Mitch Furr is who recorded everything on this song, and we actually recorded everything at Winona Judd's studio here in Tennessee, and it was so magical. Her husband Cactus is playing drums on it, and it was the first time we really had a band fully come together and record all in one sitting. You know, like Nashville does this cool thing, and don't get me wrong, this process is amazing too, but they do this thing where everybody will kind of record remote. Your guitar player, your drummer, your bassist will all record wherever they can record in their house, and then everything comes together and gets all the stems and tracks get sent to your producer, and he puts everything together. Well, this time around, the song was so community based. It's literally called Y'all or Nothing, that Mitch and I were like, you know, we got to get players together and see what they can come up with in one sitting in one area. And so we got all the players to come together. I mean, just incredible musicians. I like beyond my wildest dreams of these players that are on here. And we all came together at Winona's studio, and we made it happen. And it was literally the most magical day.
That is awesome. Well, we're going to debut the song for the folks that haven't heard it tonight before the interview. I have played it a few times, but we're going to do it again, and we're going to give you 2 more of your other singles tonight. So we're going to play you 3 times tonight on the program. This is called Y'all or Nothing from Sophie Lynn on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
What's a bar with empty bar stools, Sunday morning, empty church pews, climbing to the top without some friends to share the view. Road trip with an empty shotgun, mixtape that you made for no one. What's a song with nobody to sing to? If I know one thing, it's I can't cheers alone, 2's a crowd and 3's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all, y'all or nothing. You're the party, I'm the starter. 1 or 2-step, I'm your partner. If you walk the line, you can bet I'll walk it too. You're Johnny and I'm June. If I know one thing, it's I can't cheers alone. 2's a crowd and 3's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all, y'all or nothing. Y'all or nothing. Oh, let me tell you something. If there's one thing I know, if you ain't coming with me, then I'll be staying home. It's y'all or nothing, and I can't cheers alone. 2's a crowd and 3's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all. Yeah, it's y'all or nothing, and I can't cheers alone. 2's a crowd and 3's a party, and we got room to grow. What's a year without a hot country song without the drop? I need y'all, y'all or nothing. Y'all or
We are having a good time talking to Sophie Lynn and listening to her music. That is called Y'all or Nothing right here on KICR Indie Country Radio. And excellent song, man. Well done. Super well done.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for playing it.
Oh,
I know we were chatting over the break, but I just want to say indie artists like me, we're just so lucky to have people like you that, just champion us and just really give us a platform to play music. So thank you.
Well, I absolutely love doing it. And like I was telling you off of the air, the music that I find for my New Music Monday and my New Music Friday show is so fresh that sometimes it's out the day that I get it. And I'm looking for songs that are that, maybe a week or less that it just got released, but radio doesn't know anything about it yet. And, of course, FM radio, and that's where we're hoping somebody, the right person, hears these songs and hears this program, and everybody's day be a little bit better.
Yep, absolutely. This is the place if you want cutting-edge country music.
That is
KICR.
right. KICR, Indie Country Radio. And we do hashtag it New Country's Best. I like to play the cream of the crop, and you sure fit that bill.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely. That is our Twitter account, by the way. If you want to follow us at New Country's Best, that's the Twitter account for the radio station. And I'm Tim Kelly on air. We'll get your social media here in a little bit because I definitely want to make sure I'm following you on TikTok. I'm at Tim Kelly on air on TikTok too. And I got to put my face for radio out there a little bit more than I do, but definitely, I love TikTok. I find so many great, talented artists on there as well, and I've interviewed several from finding them on that great little app. I see a 15 or 30-second little clip, and I want to go hear more, so I go research them on YouTube to get the full song. So.
I know. Sometimes it's just a teaser, though, and you're like, come on, I just want to hear it already.
Absolutely. So now I wanted to ask you this one thing, too. You were in California, and at what point did you say, hey, I think I want to do this thing, and so I'm moving to Music City in Nashville?
Yeah, so there was this time where in between California and now Tennessee, I actually moved over to Waco, Texas, and I was going to Baylor University. I was studying to be a nurse, and about 2 years into my nursing journey, my life just kind of took a tumble. My grandma had passed away. My boyfriend had dumped. I just got real sick. And so I decided to move back home and really just regroup. And during that time, the only thing that pulled me out of that funk was music. I was just writing music and writing about honestly how sad I was and how much I missed my grandma. And so during that time, I honed in on everything that I was going through, and I wrote this song with two of my friends, Tamara Laurel and Tyler Bank. And that's my next single, Tamara Laurel, and we went together and we wrote this song, and I decided to release as my second single all about my grandma.
That's awesome.
That one's called Pulling Strings.
Okay, yeah, we're going to play it here in just a little bit for your second song, and then we'll have your brand new single kicking off the top of hour number 3 in the show. But now let me ask you this. Now, have you been performing quite a few venues in Nashville? And if so, what's your favorite one so far, or if you have a favorite?
Yeah, I definitely perform all around Nashville, do a lot of writers' rounds. I really like to play the listening room. I think that venue is really special just because people go there to listen, and it gives us a way to just play our songs and have honest and genuine feedback. You can tell if people love your new song, and you can tell if people are not that into it. So that's a really special place for me to play.
We just talked about that with the previous artist, John Eason. He loves that place too, and the smaller venues that are more intimate. And, and you're right there in front of the people. And like I say, there's nothing better than when those folks are singing your original songs and know all the words. Man, that's got to make you feel good.
Oh, it's the most magical feeling.
Yeah, so I love that. Now, tell me this. What is Sophie Lynn's dream gig? Any artist that you could either open for or maybe do a duet with live on stage? Who would maybe be some names that we might know?
Oh, my gosh, you're going to laugh at my answer, but I've had this answer since before I could even remember, and my dream collaboration would be with Usher.
Usher, okay. I love him coaching the voice. He's great.
I just think he's so smooth, and his voice is amazing, and I've loved all of his music since before I could even remember. So that would be my dream collab, and I know I'd be crossing genres, but hey, everybody's doing it now, so I'll just join the club.
Absolutely. We play a lot of folks that were on Blake's team of The Voice. They didn't win the contest necessarily, but that does not stop them from making this great original country music that FM radio needs to know about and needs to be playing. And that's another reason I do this show, because, it seems like it doesn't discourage them when they don't win. It just fuels their fire and makes them work harder. And I'm sure you're that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only reason you know success is by having some failure. So, I've definitely taken that and run with it, and tried to, find the sun in the cloudy days.
Yeah, you've been told no, I'm sure, as we all have, but you don't take no for an answer. You just keep pushing forward, and that's what the part of living your dream. If every day was easy, then you wouldn't really appreciate the successes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, as an artist, some people aren't going to resonate with what you have to say, and that's okay, because there's there's going to be people that really do and really need to hear what you have to say. So those are the people that keep you going and keep you moving forward, at least for me anyways.
Well, absolutely. And, these songs are about stories, and then we talked about how there are so many great stories in the world of country music. You get to tell the story of the life that you've lived so far. You're pretty young still, but you've lived some life, and you get to tell those stories to the whole world through music, and that's got to make you feel good, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do a lot of writing here in town for other artists too. And writing my story is amazing. But you know what? Writing other people's story is such a blessing and such an honor. Just sitting in rooms with other writers and just hearing them tell their story and being able to put it into a song. I feel so honored that people trust me with their stories.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
That is awesome. Now, as a songwriter, what intrigues you the most? Do you have to have the title or the hook or a combination of both, or how does that work for you?
A lot of times it does start with like a concept, so it doesn't always have to be the exact title, but I like to start with something that I need to say. So like, for example, I just worked on a song 2 days ago, and the artist came in and he said, I wanted to write a song, like a beer song, like a beer never broke my heart song. And I was like, well, that's kind of funny because I got the perfect song idea for that, and it would be something like, I'm working on my six-pack.
I love it.
Yeah, so, sometimes they're fun and cheeky like that, and sometimes they're really serious, like pulling strings, for example. And just really having something, a story that you want to tell, I feel like is the bones of where I like to begin my songwriting.
Yep, I love it, man. You've been fantastic tonight to interview. You're high energy. I love that. And we're going to get along great if we do another interview, man, because I've had a blast on this first one. So don't be a stranger. Come back in a couple of months if you'd like to come back. And when you get something new that you want to promote too, be sure to hit us up with that through email, and we'll play that song as well, and get whatever you want on the radio, man, because everything I've gotten is great, and you definitely need to be heard. That's for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me tonight and playing my music. Like I said, people like you are incredible and so helpful, and I'm just really thankful for you supporting me as an indie artist.
Well, you are welcome. We both have passions for what we're doing here tonight, and I love country radio, and I have for a long, long time. So I love the new stuff, too, because every show's different. I never know what I'm going to hear on the radio, and that's the same way with the listeners. They can tune in and hear great music from people that they have never heard of before, but when we do these interviews like this and spend time with you, they really get to know you, and that's what I love, too. Where can folks reach out to you and find you on social media?
Yeah, so you can find me anywhere. My handle's at I am Sophie Lynn, and that's Sophie with an F because my parents wanted it to be different.
Yeah. That's my wife's daughter's name too, but hers is the other way. It's got the PH. So yeah,
the normal way.
yeah, the normal way, right? Hey, I'm not normal, so I get that. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, Sophie Lynn, you have been great to talk to tonight. And like I say, you got an open door invitation to come back anytime. And I'll give you some information on maybe coming to Branson, Missouri, and you can perform here for these folks. They would love to listen to your music, too.
That would be incredible. I would absolutely love that. And I just want to say, before you play Pulling Strings, I think you might be playing it next. Yeah. I wrote that one with Tamara Laurel and Tyler Simpson. I had like a brain fart for a moment. So thanks for letting me retouch them.
Yeah, absolutely. I have those too. I hope you don't smell them, but that's all right. Miss Sophie Lynn, you are fantastic, and come back anytime. We'll keep playing your music. This is Pulling Strings on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Grandma didn't like when I moved across the country. Gave up on this pipe dream and found something steady. Grandma hoped I'd save every 20 that she sent me. Poor new guitar strings, but I spent it on the nose ring. She didn't tell me what to do, but somehow I just knew that every Christmas she played my favorite songs just so I would sing. Her friends knew every word. She had my demos on repeat. red dress to impress, so I always wear a jewelry. And every time my light shines down to guide me on this road, it might look like luck, but it's her love. I know that every Christmas she played my favorite songs just so I would sing. Her friends knew every word, she had my demos on repeat. Said you have a gift for a reason, she never got to see it, but every day I live this dream. I know grandma's up in heaven, pulling strings on the soul guitar, and the ones that have gotten me this far must have asked God for a favor. I wish I could thank her. So every Christmas I still play those songs. I know she's listening, smiling, 'cause she got me right where I'm supposed to be. She knew I had a gift for a reason, now I finally believe it, 'cause every day I live this dream. I know grandma's up in heaven, pulling strings. Oh, pulling strings.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Pop the champagne, I'm changing my last name. My baby gave me a ring. Got my girls to my left and my right. They're in black and I'm in white. On Sunday I'll say I do, but tonight we're in our Daisy Dukes. We're not looking for trouble, getting hit, so pour me a double. Guys still try to flirt, even in my private t-shirt. Tonight might get a little wild, but these boots were made for walking down the aisle. Down the aisle. Down the aisle. Fill up the glasses, all I know is mimosas are bottomless. Won't cross the line, nothing to hide except decorations mama don't like. But before the wedding bells, we are gonna raise some hell on the dance floor. We're not looking for trouble, getting hit, so pour me a double. Guys still try to flirt, even in my bride-to-be t-shirt. Tonight might get a little wild, but these boots were made for walking down the aisle. I think he might go too far. She might get us kicked out of the bar. That's okay, 'cause it's almost 3, and pizza sounds pretty good to me. Cheers to all my ride or dies. We will never forget this night. Oh, we're not looking for trouble, getting hit, so pour me a double. Guys still try to flirt, even in my bride-to-be t-shirt. Tonight might get a little wild, but these boots are made for walking. We're not looking for trouble, getting hit, so pour me a double. Guys still try to flirt, even in my bride-to-be t-shirt. Tonight might get a little wild, but these boots were made for walking down the aisle. Down the aisle. All my girls will send me off in style. Yeah, tonight might get a little wild, but these boots were made for walking down the aisle.
That is called Getting Hitched, the Bachelorette song. Miss Sophie Lynn on KICR Indie Country Radio's New Music Friday. We just wrapped up a great radio interview. It will not be our last. She is fantastic. And I hurried up and sent her to the live link so she can listen to her song on the radio as well. We hope you all listened and enjoyed it. Everything we do is recorded. It will be the top show on the Spreaker radio player when we are done in a little less than an hour. Welcome to hour number 3 of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. I had the pleasure of interviewing this next artist last Friday night on New Music Friday. One of his latest singles is called See You In It from Brandon Davis on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Do you remember that time we were sitting there beneath the porch light on a late night? You were just smiling back at me. The world took the back seat. I was hanging on your every word. Or that night we caught the late show. Your daddy didn't know we were flying down a back road. His F-150 was where I stole your heart in the Georgia dirt. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in town to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this two-bed, one-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Thinking back now, I can still see summer sundress, your hair in a mess. We were everybody's dream, always be 18. Thought we had forever found. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in town to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this two-bed, one-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. Yeah, I tried leaving, but every time I try to cross that county line, I find leaving here means leaving you behind. I can see you in this town, and you think I'd burn it down. But every red light street sign leads me back in time to a place where I'm loving you. And I can see memories as I walk down this two-bed, one-bath home. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. Ain't a corner in this town your love ain't living. I know you're gone, but I see you in it. I see you in it.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's Country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Hard to find a place nowadays with some twang in the speakers. Don't see a lot of two-stepping boots on the dance floor. These kids are wearing sneakers. That's right. Walk through the swinging doors and you're back in 84. It's a shame that they don't make them anymore. Like the last country bar in this town, ain't much change here. Cowboys and $2 cold beers, regulars just making the rounds, playing songs on a jukebox. The world outside just forgot. Yeah, it's the only place, can't feel time marching on. I stay a little late, help them keep the lights on. At the on the mirror hanging near a young George Strait cutout. Still grab a pack from the vending machine, but gotta smoke 'em outside now. Juniors running the place and seniors passed away. They look so much alike, it's like old times. Like the last country bar in this town. Ain't much changed here. Cowboys and $2 cold beers. Regulars just making the rounds, playing songs on a jukebox. The world outside just forgot. Yeah, it's the only place you can't feel time marching on. I stay a little late, helping keep the lights on. In the last country bar in this town. In the last country bar in this town. Ain't much change here. Cowboys and $2 cold beers. Regulars just making the rounds, playing songs on a jukebox. The world outside just forgot. Yeah, it's the only place can't feel time marching on. I stay a little late, helping keep the lights on. I hope I'm not around the day they close down. The last country bar in this town. The last country bar in this town.
Great country music on the radio right there. His name is Tommy Charles. You can check out the video to Last Country Bar on our TV channel, ICTV. That is Indie Country TV, powered by Stream. Go check him out. He is fantastic. Mr. Bo Hazard is up next, and I booked a great radio interview upcoming with this next gentleman. About 6 days ago, it was April Fool's Day. Well, he wrote this song about it. It's called April's Fool. Bo Hazard on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
There's no way I could ever leave her. I'm addicted to her love. Can't break the ties. A victim of my own need, and too far to ever be free. Everything she does, I somehow justify. I'm April's fool. I play by her rules. She treats me any old way she wants to. Just as sure as clouds bring showers and springtime brings Mayflowers, and a mountain breeze blows cool. I'm April's fool. I've tried to live without her, like a frightened runaway child. I always return. she always gets her way. Although it hurts, I never seem to learn. I'm April's fool. I play by her rules. She treats me any old way she wants to. Just as sure as clouds bring showers and springtime brings Mayflowers and a mountain breeze blows cool, I'm April's fool. Just as sure as clouds bring showers and springtime brings Mayflowers and a mountain breeze blows cool, I'm April's fool. April's fool.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
I've been waiting for the day I can get on that plane, fly away to Tennessee. Got my guitar and a ticket, hoping someday I can make it. Nashville's calling me. 'Cause I'm Tennessee dreaming, won't stop believing. Wanna be singing under those lights. 10 years don't bother me, as long as I'm happy. Country music's in my blood, I'm Tennessee dreaming. Playing shows in honky tonks, writing songs on the road. Nashville feels like home. Recording in a studio on the famous music room with the songs that I wrote. 'Cause I'm Tennessee dreaming, won't stop believing. Wanna be singing under those lights. 10 years don't bother me, as long as I'm happy. Country music's in my blood, I'm Tennessee dreaming. Music City is the place to be. Playing shows on that Grand Ole Opry. Tennessee may be far from home, but for me, it's where I wanna be. 'Cause I'm Tennessee dreaming, won't stop believing. Wanna be singing under those lights. 10 years don't bother me, as long as I'm happy. Country music's in my blood, I'm Tennessee dreaming. Tennessee dreaming. Oh, I'm Tennessee dreaming. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm Tennessee dreaming.
That is the brand new single from my good friend Savannah Benz. It is called Tennessee Dreamin'. I found that young lady on TikTok and have interviewed her twice so far. You can check out the video to Tennessee Dreamin' on our TV channel, ICTV, Indie Country TV, powered by Strim. It is an amazing video, and she's got almost 3,000 views on it already, so congratulations to her. The next artist up is my good friend Houston Bernard. I have interviewed him a couple of times in the past. He's got a brand new single out. It is called Ditch This Town from Houston Bernard on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
You ain't coming back here. The dream in your head put my world in your review. It's all I can think about. I try to see me with my truck all packed up on the interstate, not looking back for who I was before you moved out. Should have stayed here ago. Lock the door and hit the road. 'Cause I can be your small town guy in a big town city. Fall asleep with you every night when the lights go out. If I ditch this town, what if I fly? I'll dip my toe in the water, see if Nashville fits me, if I really ought to be chasing you all over the place. If I put a sign in the window of my granddaddy's store, so there ain't nothing holding me here no more, would you want me to move down that way? Should have stayed here ago. Lock the door and hit the road. 'Cause I can be your small town guy in a big town city. Fall asleep with you every night when the lights go out. If I ditch this town, maybe I never knew the only thing here for me was you. Should have stayed here ago. Lock the door and hit the road. 'Cause I can be your small town guy in a big town city. Fall asleep with you every night when the lights go out. If I ditch this town, yeah, if I ditch this town.
New Country sounds like this.
I'd rather drink a hot beer, build a fire in the pouring rain, burn all of my fishing gear, then set sail in a hurricane.
And this.
I don't wanna be a good time girl, arm around my shoulder, shutting down your favorite bar.
And this.
99 Halo couldn't take you away.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
I got $100 burning a hole in my pocket, and a itching to get a hold of you. I could take you out to town, or ride down through the holler, or go see that new movie with Tom Cruise. It could be a 5-star reservation, a country drive, no destination, a front porch sunset with radio playing. Whatever you want, girl, I'm saying we can turn down all the lights, stay in or stay out all night, shoot whiskey or sip wine. As long as I'm all yours and you're all mine, we could paint this whole town red and shoot out the moon. could dance the night away in this living room with just me and don't get me wrong, I love to see you all dolled up. That little black dress on, fixing your hair in my truck. But there ain't nothing like you in one of my old t-shirts. Whirling round and round the kitchen, singing the wrong words to hear at church. It could be a five-star reservation, a country drive, no destination, a front porch sunset with radio playing. Whatever you want, girl, I'm saying we can turn down all the lights, stay in or stay out all night, shoot whiskey or sip wine. As long as I'm all yours, you're all mine. We could paint this whole town red and shoot out the moon. Or we could dance the night away in this living room, just me and you. A blanket of stars under Broadway lights. I don't care as long as I'm with you tonight. It could be a five-star reservation, a country drive, no destination, a front porch sunset with the radio playing. Whatever you want, girl, I'm saying we can turn down all the lights, stay in or stay out all night, shoot whiskey or sip wine. As long as I'm all yours and you're all mine, we could paint this whole town red and shoot out the moon. Or we could dance the night away in this living room, me and
His name is Austin Bishop. That is called Me and You. My name is Tim Kelly. Me and you are having a good time on the radio tonight, listening to New Country's Best. The latest single from Jenna Paulette from the state of Texas is called You Ain't No Cowboy on today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio on New Music Friday.
You blew in like a Cheyenne wind, blue green eyes with a whiskey grin. It's almost like you knew I had a heart to steal. Yeah, we danced till the lights came on, kissed me slow to a George Strait song. I had no doubt that you were the real deal. You got the hair, you got the cattle, you put a million miles on that saddle. You sure know how to make a cowgirl fall. You got the boots and scars on your knuckle, but settling down don't win any buckles. You ain't no good at sticking it out for the long haul. Turns out you ain't no cowboy at all. They don't treat you like the next town. Call it home for a couple sundowns. Take your love, then head down the interstate. They don't make promises they can't keep. Don't say three words they don't mean. They don't end
on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
She looks good, I mean real good. She got that thing about her, she got that glow around her. It's been folded, but every time I hold it, I just can't believe you can fit in that much. Pretty in a 3x3. She's in that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me, standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. There's a corner ripped off, her name's in a heart at the bottom. There's a tear stain down the middle, where I've cried a little over that red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me, standing there, bare feet on a salty shore. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet. Yes, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She ain't in this house, this room, or this town. She ain't in this bed I'm laying in right now. No, she's in a red dress, white ribbon in her hair, smiling at me, standing there, cutting me right straight to the core. Her eyes shine through the faded ink, everything about it's bittersweet. Because she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. Yeah, she might be in this Polaroid, but she ain't in the picture anymore. She looks good, I mean real good.
His name is Randall King. He is also from the great state of Texas, and that is called In the Picture. Well, picture this. More country music than I can shake a mouse at. I've got it, and we still got 25 minutes left in the show. How about this next artist? He was the winner of season number 18 of NBC's The Voice, Team Blake. He's my good buddy, Mr. Todd Tilghman. This is called Home Wasn't Built in a Day on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
In a one-bedroom apartment over her grandma's garage, just a couple crazy kids in love, that's where this story starts. We weren't afraid of nothing, 'cause we didn't have a clue. Some stick-on tiles and a coat of paint, and we turned that house into a home. It wasn't built in a day, didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of ups and downs, a lot of wrongs and rights. I did a lot of hanging on when I wanted to let go. Took a lot of years and tears and prayers, but now we know that home wasn't built in a day. numbers on the mailbox ain't the only thing that changed when you handed me that test and then a book of baby names. It wouldn't be the last time I'd see that glow again. After 2 turned into 3, turned into 4, turned into 10, and filled our home. It wasn't built in a day, didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of ups and downs, a lot of wrongs and rights. You did a lot of hanging on when you wanted to let go. Took a lot of years and tears and prayers, but now we know that home wasn't built in a day. Oh, the days were long, but the years flew by. Pictures on the wall show me why. The story of you and I, it wasn't built in a day, didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of ups and downs, a lot of wrongs and rights. We did a lot of hanging on when we wanted to let go. It took a lot of years and tears and prayers, but now we know that home wasn't built in a day. It wasn't built in a day. Oh.
Nobody knows new country
like we know new country.
Indie Country Radio, new country's best.
His old calloused hands grabbed a hold of that man, drunk behind the wheel of that car. He drug him to the ground. The people gathered round. He didn't mean to take it that far. Granddad lost his wife, so that man lost his life as he reached for the hand that redeems us. 10 years in that cell between heaven and hell, caught between jail and Jesus. He found that demon in the bottle. Daddy drank his last swallow. Drunk, he hit mama again. Yeah, the neighbors called the cops, tried to fight, but he lost behind bars till God only knows when. There's a price to be paid for the hands that he laid, making deals with the one that redeems us. As he lies in that cell between heaven and hell, caught between jail and Jesus. Are still hurt. I hold on to the one that redeems us. I walk the line, but I've strayed time to time, living between jail and Jesus. Living between jail
She is our good friend Peyton Howie. That is a hit song right there. It is called Jail and Jesus. Great video to it as well. You can check that out on our TV channel, ICTV, Indie Country TV, powered by Strim. Well, about 4 weeks ago, I believe it's been already. Man, time flies when you're having this much fun on the radio. But I interviewed a good friend of mine that I have known of, but had never interviewed. His name is Lance Carpenter, and we are working hard to bring him to Branson, the live show capital of the world. Let's see if we can't make that happen. His latest single is called Better Than Me. Lance Carpenter on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
When it comes to Sunday morning church, I mouth along while she sings every word. Better than me. Christmas cards and birthday gifts, thank you notes if you're on our list. She'll take care of you better than me. Yeah, I could just go on and on about her, and I don't know how I ever lived without her. She makes me a better man, 'cause she's better than I could ever be. But there ain't nobody that could ever love her better than me. And sometimes just to see her smile, I'll miss that 8-ball by a mile and let her think she's better than me. But laying in my arms when the lights go out, that's when I know without a doubt there ain't no man done better than me. Yeah, I could just go on and on about her, and I don't know how I ever lived without her. She makes me a better man, 'cause she's better than I could ever be. But there ain't nobody that could ever love her better than me. Hell, I could just go on and on about her, and I don't know how I ever lived without her. She makes me a better man, 'cause she's better than I could ever be. But there ain't nobody that could ever love her better than me. Now there ain't nobody that could ever love her better than me.
New country sounds like this.
Hey moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey moon, I'm down to my last shot.
And this.
Felt like living and I felt like dying. Oh, come on back to me.
And this.
Hey, pretty boy, you were pretty sure it was gonna work out for you.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR, Indie Country Radio.
You got a way of pulling me back right out of the blue. No matter how far I get away from you, I can still see clouds in the sky, mixed with the white lines from all the jet planes. I used to dream about getting on one day and fly. Mississippi. I miss the nights, stars dripping like diamonds, skipping rocks across the sky. What I wish I'd known, the time's gonna fly, but I'd always come back to you, 'cause you're my hallelujah, my home sweet home. Mississippi, do you ever miss me? It's been a while, but you're always on my mind. Sometimes it hits me like a burning whiskey, and I'll never really ever say goodbye to you, Mississippi. Mississippi, you're the music in my head, the melody I can't forget. Half my heart is always gonna be in Mississippi. Sometimes it hits me like a burning whiskey, that I'll never really ever say goodbye, Mississippi.
What a great vocal performance that is. Her name is Caitlin Smith. That is called Mississippi. Well, how about a great vocal performance with the deep baritone voice of Josiah Siska? This is called On My Way Over on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio. New Country's best on New Music Friday.
How you doing, darling? It's late for you to call. I was just dozing off, but I don't mind at all. I can hear the whiskey soft off your breath, and I know that you know that I love how you get when you get to drinking and thinking about me. Just give me 10 minutes, I'm right down the street. And I'll lay down and look at how the way your hair spreads out on the pillow. Yeah, I wanna hear your heartbeat beating loud and feel our love flow strong like a river. Just give me the word and you know I'm on my way over. In bed, you look like an angel when I walk back in, and you'd pull me back down and you'd hold me so tight. That'd be here tomorrow, just give me tonight. And I'll lay down and look at how the way your hair spreads out on the pillow. Yeah, I wanna hear your heartbeat beating loud and feel our love flow strong like a river. Just give me the word and you know I'm on my way over. I'm on my way over. I wanna lay you down and look at how the way your hair spreads out on the pillow. wanna hear your heartbeat beating loud and feel our love flow strong like a river. Yeah, I wanna lay you down and look at how the way I shine bright when I kiss you. And I wanna hear your heartbeat beating loud and feel our love flow strong like a river. Just give me the word and you know. Oh, just give me the word and you know. I'm on my way over. I'm on my way over. How you doing, darling? It's late for you to call. I was just dozing off, but I don't mind it all. I'm on my way over.
I told you you'd love that deep baritone voice. That is Josiah Siska. That is called On My Way Over. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of New Music Friday. I want to thank my special guest, John Easton, for joining me tonight. Sophie Lynn, what a great time we had as well. Man, this show went by fast. The fastest 3 hours in radio, that is for sure. Let's do it again next week on Triple Play Thursday. My special guest will be Caleb Martin. He's a country music singer, but he's also an actor. He is currently in the TV series 1923, A Prelude to Yellowstone, with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. I've got Ansley Davison also next Thursday night. Then on Friday night, Miss Pauline Brown from Canada and Mr. Jeff Best. It's going to be a good show as well. Today's Country with Tim Kelly is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like us there on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody, and have a happy Easter.
I can put you in a corner.